On this video we're taking a look at our MLB team and total picks for the games that are happening on Thursday, April 14, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Kansas City Royals vs Detroit Tigers. Our first pick is Kansas City Royals. And here is why. In 2021 Detroit finished 77-85 but was the third best money team in baseball, according to Covers.com, behind Seattle and San Francisco. After a 9-7 loss to Boston on Wednesday, Detroit has fallen to being the 7th worst money team in baseball through the first 6 games. Detroit fell behind 7-1 in the 4th inning and 9-2 in the top of the 7th, but made things interesting with 2 runs in the 7th and 3 runs in the 8th inning. Jonathan Schoop hit his first home run of the season, and Spencer Torkelson, an 22-year-old rookie, hit his first career homer in the loss. The Royals opened the season with 2 wins over the Cleveland Guardians, but have since lost 3 straight games. Wednesday's game at St. Louis was postponed due to the weather. Last season, the Royals finished 74-88 and were the 11th rated money team in baseball, which was tops amongst teams that were not profitable to sports bettors overall last season. This season, Kansas City is the 21st rated money team in baseball. The Detroit Tigers have scored 13 runs in their last 3 games and 3 or fewer runs in 4 of their last 5 games. The Tigers have lost 3 of their last 4 games when scoring 3 or fewer runs. Austin Meadows leads the Tigers with 8 hits and 1 RBI. Javier Baez, while Jonathan Schoop and have combined for 11 hits and 7 RBI. Casey Mize gets the ball, and he is 0-1 with a 7.20 ERA and 2 strikeouts this season. Mize is 2-1 with a 4.88 ERA and 23 strikeouts in his career against the Royals. The Detroit Tigers are still in a slump offensively, and it makes them hard to back, especially on the road. Zach Greinke looked good in his season debut, and he's owned the Tigers throughout his career, which includes a .193 allowed batting average and 51 strikeouts in 225 at-bats against current hitters. With a hotter offense and a more reliable pitcher, give me the Royals and the cheap price. Our second pick is. Last season the Tigers struggled on offense, ranking 22nd in the league in runs scored, 16th in batting average, and 24th in home runs. After making several key off-season acquisitions, most notably adding Javi Baez, the team has a more formidable lineup that looks poised to put up more runs. They have put up 21 runs through the first 6 games thus far, 3.5 per game. Scoring more will help take some pressure off their young pitching staff. Baez has immediately made his presence felt with 2 game-winning home runs. Colorado Rockies vs Chicago Cubs. Our first pick is Colorado Rockies. And here is why. Chicago got a couple of wins over the Brewers to start out the year, but lost on Sunday in Game 3. The Cubs managed a 2-1 win versus Pittsburgh Tuesday, then on Wednesday Chicago gave up 6 runs in the first 4 innings during a 6-2 loss. Kyle Hendricks had all 6 earned on 7 hits and 4 walks in 3.2 innings. The Chicago Cubs were not picked to be one of the better teams in the league this season, but they have started very strong. They have only lost 1 game, and their young talent has stepped up. On the offensive side of the field, they are scoring 5.00 runs per game and hitting .242 as a team. This is the 12th highest team batting average in the MLB this season, as the Cubs have been putting the ball in play and leaning on the middle of their order through the first 2 series of the season. They also can hit the ball out of the park, and I wouldn't be surprised if they used the altitude change to their advantage. Chicago is averaging 1.0 home runs per game, which is the 16th highest average in the league. Once they reach base safely, they have been fairly conservative this season. They only have 1 stolen base, but they have the speed to take a few more. Watch for Seiya Suzuki, as he has been the biggest surprise for the Cubs this season. He is very young, but has hit .427 to start the year and has already knocked out 3 home runs. He has produced a ton of offense for the Cubs to start the season, and he will try to keep that rolling against the Rockies. The Colorado Rockies had the 3rd or 4th worst odds to win the NL this season, but they have jumped out to one of the hottest starts. They have only lost 1 game this season, and that was against the Dodgers. The Rockies are scoring the 11th most runs per game and also have the 4th highest team batting average. Colorado is scoring 4.89 runs per game and hitting .266. They don't have a weak spot in their batting order, and the addition of Chris Bryant has jump-started this offense. The Colorado Rockies have also been hitting nukes to start the season. They are averaging 1.25 bombs per game, which is the 18th highest average in the league. They have multiple guys that can poke one out at any time, and they love to play at home. The ball travels just a little bit further inside Coors Field, and the Rockies have taken advantage of that over the past few seasons. Watch for Connor Joe and CJ Cron at the plate in this one. They have started the season very strong and will look to attack against the Cubs. Cron is leading the team with 2 home runs, and Joe is hitting .316. They will both do everything they can to produce runs for the Rockies in this one. I'm going to take a stab on Colorado. Freeland is going to need a bounce-back effort here, though. On opening day, Freeland wasn't quite himself with 5 earned in just 3.2 innings. Being at Coors Field didn't help obviously, but Freeland should match up better against the Cubs in this one. Our second pick is over 11.5 runs, and here is why. It's been a great start to the new campaign for Colorado fans. They're 4-1 out of the gate and coming off a 2-game sweep against the Texas Rangers. The Rockies won 4-1 in Texas in the series finale on Tuesday night as plus 140 underdogs. Chris Bryant led the charge with 2 RBIs, while Charlie Blackmon added an RBI single and CJ Cron had an RBI groundout. Chad Kuhl made the start for Colorado and limited the Rangers to a single run over 4.1 innings of work. The bullpen handled the rest of the game, surrendering no runs. Los Angeles Dodgers vs Cincinnati Reds. Our first pick is Los Angeles Dodgers minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. The Cincinnati Reds have scored 14 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 4 of their first 6 games. The Reds have split their first 4 games when scoring 4 or more runs. Tyler Naquin leads the Reds with 7 hits and 3 RBI, while Kyle Farmer and Jonathan India have combined for 11 hits and 6 RBI. Luis Cessa gets the ball, and he is 0-0 with a 0.00 ERA and 1 strikeout this season. This will be Cessa's second career game against the Dodgers. It's been tough sledding for the Reds of late as they have struggled on the mound, allowing 29 runs over their last 5 games, and now have to take on a vaunted Law lineup. With current injuries to key rotation pieces such as Luis Castillo and Mike Minor, Cincinnati is relying on patchwork to hold down the fort in the interim. Thus far the results have been less than stellar. There is some reason for optimism after the electric debut of top prospect Hunter Green. Los Angeles won their second straight game after starting the year 1-2 as they rolled past the Twins in interleague action Wednesday night. The Dodgers improved to 3-2 on the season and entered Wednesday night tied for third in the NL West, 1 game behind the Rockies for the top spot. Against Minnesota, the Dodgers started strong early and rode pitching the rest of the way. Mookie Betts, 2 runs, Freddie Freeman and Cody Bellinger, run, RBI, each had 2 hits in the game. Austin Barnes, his second, Max Muncy, his first, Bellinger, his first, and Gavin Lux, his first, all went deep in the victory. Clayton Kershaw, 1-0, was dominant as he threw 7 perfect innings, allowing no runs on no hits with no walks and 13 strikeouts to earn the win. Alex Vesia blew the perfect game as he surrendered a hit and a walk in the 8th inning. This is an opener for the Cincinnati Reds, and I usually shy away from bullpen games as you have to rely on way too many arms to get the job done. The Los Angeles Dodgers have one of the better pitchers in the league on the mound, and Buehler had a 2.05 ERA and .192 allowed batting average in 123 innings at home last season. Throw in the Dodgers' offense, and I have to side with the home team here and the RL for max betting value. And our second pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. The starting rotation should be elite once again. Clayton Kershaw looked sensational pitching a perfect game on Wednesday night before his controversial removal. If he returns to Cy Young form, this squad will be extremely dangerous. Thursday's starter Buehler will feature prominently in the rotation last year after narrowly missing out on the Cy Young last year with a remarkable 16-4 record while pitching to a spotless 2.47 ERA. Expect big things from him once again this season. Cincinnati was swept in their first 2 games at home this season after opening the year with a 4-game road split with the Braves as they were lit up by Cleveland. The Reds entered Wednesday night in the cellar of the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cardinals for the top spot. Against Cleveland, Tyler Naquin, run, and Tyler Stevenson, run, 2 RBI, each had 2 hits in the loss. Stevenson, his second, and Jake Fraley, his first, each homered for the Reds in the losing effort. Nick Lodolo, 0-1, took the loss on the mound as he allowed 5 runs on 7 hits with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts over 4 innings of work. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.